Hey, this is Copper Carver, and today we're going to look at the differences between the Govee Table Lamp 2, which came out in May of 2024, and the Govee Table Lamp 2 Pro in collaboration with JBL, which actually comes out June 23rd, 2025. Now, if you're like me, you're excited for most new Govee products, but if you're also like me, whenever you see any product where there's a 1, a 2, an upgrade with a Pro, an S, an SE, and all these other numbers and letters and things like that, I always find it extremely helpful when I see people clearly laying out some of the differences. I actually am uploading a breakdown, a review, an unboxing of this product right here, which is the Govee Table Lamp 2 Pro in collaboration with JBL. I have a full breakdown of that, and actually in that video I also compare it to this one. However, I figured that I can also make a video that's fully dedicated to the difference, because I know some people will Google or YouTube search the differences, versus, and things like that. So I may title this versus, but honestly they're buddies, they're pals, so it's just a matter of which one is best for you. So right away, let's go into some of the differences. Well, looking at it, there's a couple of differences that you may spot right away. For now on, I'm just gonna call it the 2 Pro and the 2. The 2 Pro is bigger. It's heftier. It's a big boy.
Oh yes.
And also, it is brighter. So this one, the Pro, has 600 lumens, and this is 500 lumens. Now, even though it's 100 difference in lumens, you may be like, 100's a big number. Yeah, whenever it comes to cash, but whenever it comes to lumens, I mean, like 0 to 500 is a big deal. 0 to 600 is a big deal. But 5 to 600, it's honestly not that much of a bigger deal. However, even though this one is able to get brighter, it's also able to get dimmer. So that's one of the other big differences with this. It's able to get brighter. It's 600 lumens, where this is 500 lumens, and this is able to dim itself more than this one and be more obvious. So that's a pretty straightforward difference. But the biggest difference of all between the Pro and the regular is, well, honestly, I want to say there's 2 big differences. They're pretty big differences that may make the decision easier for you to pick one. First thing is that this is actually a speaker as well. I figured you figured this much, knowing that it's in collaboration with JBL, which is a speaker company. This actually has a pretty crisp speaker, a pretty crisp sound. It's very clear, vocals are very clean, the bass, not really that heavy on it, but you know, if I want heavy bass, I'm probably going to be listening to something else in my house where I have dedicated bass modules and things like that. But this gets loud, and it's really crispy clear and crispy clean, which is really nice. So I'm going to play some music real quick. Very crisp. Very crisp. It gets pretty loud. It actually gets really loud. Like, I'm afraid to turn it up even louder. Yeah. That sounds really clear. Nice. Now, the regular Table Lamp 2 does not have a built-in speaker. However, there is a mic on top, which will still pick up and react to music and sounds around it, just like this one. So there are dedicated music modes in both. However, this has the speaker. And the speaker, guys, it's good quality. So that was the first major difference. But the second one, watch what I'm about to do. See this? Boop. It is wireless. Guys, you are able to unplug this and utilize this for about 4.5 hours, depending on the brightness levels, how long you're listening to music and things like that. But guys, that alone is incredible. Like, wow. It's not very often you get a Govee product that has a battery built in. I mean, it's exciting enough when you get one that can be run by USB power, let alone on its own. Now, something that you might notice is that whenever you do unplug it, a lot of times it switches to 50% brightness right away. So you can change it where it doesn't do that, I believe, or you can just go in there and change it back every time. Both of these do have voice control. You can connect them to Alexa and other things like that, so that's really nice. Let me actually plug this one back in real quick. So other than having the speaker and having the cordless option, another thing that it has is it actually has lights on the bottom right here that can shine down into this reflective area. Now the Govee Table Lamp 2 does have a reflective area, and there is clear coating on the bottom, so it does give a bit of a reflection. This one is just a clear opening where the light just kind of naturally shines down, where this one actually has a designated light bar that shoots down, which gives the reflection more life, more color, and more vibrancy. So that's also really nice. As far as the scenes, whenever you scroll through them, they're almost identical. They all have the same amount of scenes, except whenever it comes to music mode. This being in collaboration with JBL has 16 different scenes for music. And I want to say this one only has around 8. If I'm wrong, I'll have that pop up. So the speaker, the wireless capability, this pointing down, more music mode, a lot of pros. See what I did there? A lot of pros for this one. But in saying that, the price right now, and it is a new product, is $100 more than this one. That's a pretty steep price difference, $100. However, I mean, honestly, I think it's worth being $100 more. Sometimes you may see some sales here in the future where maybe it's only a $60 difference or something like that. So the $100, I'd say it's up to you. This is a better product. However, you might not need the speaker. Something I said in my other video where I did a review on this is I don't see myself using the speaker often. Not in my house, at least. Guys, I have my Bose speaker right here. I have my headphones. I have my AirPods. I have a sound bar in my living room and my bedroom. And those are high dollar speakers that are meant for bigger bass and bigger boom. So I don't see myself using the speaker much in my house. If I were to take it to other places, yeah, that'd be great. I appreciate the speaker. If I maybe want to take it in the bathroom, even though I have like an Alexa in there, this is better than the Alexa, so maybe I can take it in the bathroom. Maybe if I'm sitting on my rocking chair, having a drink, and I want to have some music, and I don't want to have to plug something up, I'll bring this out with me. I'll bring this out with me camping, though it's not waterproof, so be careful on that. But where the Pro excels might also be a downfall for some. What do I mean by that? Well, the Pro, because it is so big, doesn't fit into as many places as something that's made for this. Guys, table lamp, keyword table. My side table next to my bed, I don't have the most amount of space. My desk, it is filled with lots of stuff. And that's kind of a crutch for me, how big this is. I would have to move so much stuff or replace some things where, because of the size of the regular Table Lamp 2, I can fit it in there a little bit better. Yes, I have to keep it plugged up. Yes, I have to find an opening for the plug. I have a lot of plugs that are filled up. However, the small size, I love being able to set it just about anywhere compared to this one. Like, I can just squeeze it into something, where this one, maybe not so much. The Pro, I mean, there's a reason it's called the Pro, guys, okay? I'm not hating on this one. So it has a speaker, it's brighter, it's able to be wireless, there's more music scenes, the light's pointing down. There's a reason why it's more expensive. But the Table Lamp 2, guys, it looks great. Now, I will say, I'm pretty sure that the Pro has a slightly better microchip, so the colors do seem a tiny bit brighter to me, and they move a little bit better. But guys, this is lovely. Like, the table lamp has honestly been one of my favorite products. And I wish I had the first table lamp because I'd probably do a comparison and have all three up here. But the table lamp 2 was my first one. It's also one of my best YouTube videos out there with like almost 30,000 views. It's like second best compared to the outdoor projector light. But guys, awesome product. They're both great. If you were to make a choice, I can't tell you pick this one over this one. It's all about what do you want it for. If you just want it for one spot in your desk and you want to have space for more things, do this one. Plus it's almost $100 cheaper. There are different cells like that, so I'd say probably a $60 to $100 difference depending on different cells and things going on. Now, if you want the speaker, because maybe you don't have a lot of speakers in your room, if you want the speaker because you see yourself taking this place, if you have the extra money and this is what you want, go for it. It's an awesome thing. Well guys, outside of those things that I named, there's not a crazy amount more that is different between everything that I announced. I hope that I informed you and I can help you choose which one you want. I am going to post a video. I think I can post 2 videos at the end, and if so, I'll do both of these. And if not, I'll probably do the regular table lamp 2 at the end, because you'll have to, otherwise you'd have to scroll down to find it, where this is going to be like close to the top. But guys, this is the Govee Table Lamp 2 and the Govee Table Lamp 2 Pro, which are both amazing products. I love them both so much, but I hope I helped you choose. Please like, share, and subscribe.